What is happening, everyone? My name is Beth, and welcome to Every Day is Spooktober. We are currently in the Halloween season. Can I get a yes? I'm so excited. I'm dressed for the occasion, as you can tell, with my orange eye makeup. I have a beautiful skull, two skulls in love, a skull top on. And these are something I have recently bought, and they are planchette earrings, and I love these earrings. So, happy October. This is what the channel is based upon. So this month is going to be exciting. And I'm just trying to spit out loads, well, not spit out, you know what I mean, just to try and get out loads of content, loads of different reviews of films, mainly reviews of films that I haven't seen before, because I want to share my thoughts and experiences with new films that are either coming out this month. For example, Halloween Ends. Who's excited for that? I'm super excited to see what they do with it, although the last one wasn't great. So I don't know, is it a hit or miss? Who knows? There's The Barbarian, that's yet to be released in the UK. I don't know when that's going to be released, but I'm intrigued. We have like the new Smile film. And fun fact, I work at a cinema, so I get like unlimited free films. So when those films come out, I'm gonna be hitting up the cinema for free, and then I'll be coming back and giving you guys my reviews for those. So yeah, that's very exciting this month. I'm a bit of a slow start, but I am getting into it. So this review today is gonna be about the film The Gallows. The Gallows that I recently bought on DVD. So I have seen this before. However, I watched this like, I don't know, 7 years ago, probably when it first came out, just before, something around that time I watched it. And I decided to buy the film because I was like, I do love found footage. I love a good found footage film. And I thought, I'm going to buy this and rewatch it because I don't remember it that well. And I remember enjoying it when I first watched it, but I don't remember what happens massively. So I decided to give it another go. So yeah, this is going to be a review of The Gallows. I hope you guys enjoy it, and let me know your thoughts on it if you have seen it as well. The film has been produced by Blumhouse, which obviously everyone knows. They do all the horror, hit or miss a lot of the films, I have to say. However, it is the producer of Paranormal Activity and Insidious. So, of course, when I heard that, I had to give this film a watch because I thought, if it's got the same creative minds behind Insidious, it's got to be somewhat decent. All I'm going to say is, overall, it wasn't as good as I remember. Let's just say that. A found footage film, it's not for everyone. However, I have mentioned before, I do really like them. I think they're interesting. I think they're very real, and it makes things just a bit more intense than just some kind of supernatural or, serial killer. I just felt that it was lacking so much. I think first off, like the kills in this, I'm aware that the main sort of premise of The Gallows is based on the play and about, someone gets hung and then it actually happens, blah, 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 blah. Obviously, if you're watching this, you've seen the film, I'm sure, because there will be spoilers, obviously. But yeah, I understand that's the premise of this, and it was just so disappointing that each death consisted of the same thing. So every single death, everyone was hung, and it was like, I don't, be more creative with it. Like, I mean, okay, fine having one kill like that, but like, don't do it for every single person because it just gets boring. And I think that, for me, is what let the film down the most. I think at the beginning of the film where we have like Ryan with the camera, which, can I say, he kind of does irritate me a bit. He just sounds like the biggest dick, like filming behind the camera. Like, I mean, it's obviously the point, but he did kind of get on my nerves a little bit. And I was kind of pleased that he's the first to die. because I was like, you kind of deserve that for just being a dick overall. I think, like, giving him the first kill with the noose is fine, but then, like, do something different for everyone else. I think that, you know, I didn't particularly like that, and it was just a bit, like, blah and boring, and I was like, give us something interesting, do something new, like, you know what I mean? Like, this is found footage, like, you can do whatever you want. I think Pfeiffer and Cassidy, they, like, overdid it a little bit, like, they were both very dramatic, and in my opinion, Pfeiffer did pee me off a little bit, because she was very, like, whiny about everything, and I'm like, just, like, do something, and, like, I don't know. I did think it was interesting though that every character, well, the four main characters, their names in the film are like their same names in real life, which I thought was quite interesting. And I guess it's just quite, I guess that just sort of adds to the realism of this too. It's like they're these people that are playing basically themselves in a way, and they have the same name, and you know, they're not like playing a completely different role to themselves. They're just sort of playing everyday characters. So I thought I kind of like how they did that for the film. But something I do want to talk about is what is on the front cover. I think this shot where Cassidy is first off on her own. Why is she on her own? The shot is just brilliant. Unfortunately, that's the only one we get, and I think there should have been more like that, because it lacked some like really cinematic shots. But I thought that was so good. That was so creepy. Having the camera set up and just leaving it for a long time. I think that shot looked so good, and I wish they sort of used the red more. They played it off so well, and I think that was definitely my favourite part of the film, is just seeing that shot. I loved it. I really, really loved it. I liked the sort of colour palette that they used. Once again, I liked how real it was. However, I think the deaths definitely could have been improved, and on IMDb, this has a 4.2 out of 10, where it doesn't surprise me that it has that low of a rating, if I'm honest. Like, I do think it's sort of in that bar. I think I would go for like a 4.5 or a 5 out of 10 for this. Like, about 5 out of 10 I think I'd probably give for the Gallows. I think what they were trying to do is an interesting concept. They had some good ideas, but I think it was very low budget, and in a way came across kind of lazy, and they thought, we could have this story, we'll just do this. Obviously this is just one of those films, because it's found footage, you just take it how it is. It's, you know, it is what it is kind of film. I think overall a 5 out of 10 is pretty generous, if you ask me. I'm curious to see what other people think about it, because another thing is, I remember back at like years ago back in school, when Charlie, that game with like the pencils, where it would like, you would like balance the pencils on top of each other, and then it would like, there'd be like yes, no, and then it like kind of like a Ouija board, where like you'd ask questions and then the pencil would turn, say like Charlie to set it up. I believe this is based on that. The guy that dies in the play of the Gallows is called Charlie, and then I think they sort of like play off that. So I think it's sort of like a little bit like Slender Man, some like viral internet game or idea, and then they sort of turned it into this film. So there's definitely inspo from different films, from different sort of, from the internet, from, you know, from people that I think like they definitely tried. It wasn't the best. I know there's a second one, and I've seen the second one, and I remember that being so boring. Like, it was such a drag, and it just went on for far too long. And then I think Pfeiffer like pops up at the end. That wasn't good. I think they were just trying to do something, and it didn't work for me. So yeah, that's my review of the Gallows. Let me know what you think. It's a calm way to start off my Halloween watching. I have way more films coming, so don't worry. And there's definitely loads that I haven't seen that I'm excited to give my review for. So yeah, that was my review. And let me know what you guys think, and I will see you on the next one.